Okay, do we have a makeup or a breakup here? Because she set a cheating trap for him. Says here that basically what happened was he went out with a few friends one night, and there's this woman that came up to him, totally hitting on him big time. He's like, I appreciate it, but I'm happily married. She keeps trying, though. He keeps saying no. Then, lo and behold, a few weeks later, his wife asks him, you remember a few weeks ago when you decided to go out with the boys? He's like, yeah. He's like, was there a girl that came up and kept talking to you? He's like, yeah, that did happen. And she said, and how did you respond? And he said, I shot her down, but she was very persistent. So she went on to say that she had got one of her girlfriends to do this just to make sure that he wouldn't cheat on her. Now, the question is, he's a little upset now, and he feels betrayed and said, why do you think you would need to set a trap for me? I don't like entrapment. Most people don't like entrapment. And so now he's really reconsidering the true trust and fidelity they have in the relationship because she pulled this little prank on him. And I get it. I think I would feel betrayed as well, and I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah, this girl's dumb.
Yeah, I would divorce her. This is an automatic, but I've heard enough. Wallace Pennington's out.
If you're gonna make a trap for your man and he doesn't fall for it, you never tell him about it, you moron.
I agree. There's a lot of dumb going on this.
Break up with her just because she's stupid.
This would end my relationship.
It should. You don't want to be with this girl. She's going to do something even dumber in the future. Is that what you want?
All you're doing is going out with your friends. She sets a trap. Then she comes back at... No, this
brags about doing it?
This is a straight up divorce.
And it was a failure? Like, she just is a moron.
Yeah, she is. There's so many things. One, I would trust her fidelity. I would suspect maybe she was cheating. Then I'd be like, how dumb is she?
You know what? You just say, we're done here.
And if there's kids involved, we separate and we don't tell the kids that we're apart from one another. And I am not at all romantically involved with you anymore.
Yeah, this is a bad idea. I think if you decide that you're going to set a cheating trap, you've decided that you're going to end your relationship because it's going to go one of two different ways. They are going to cheat on you, and then you'll get the proof that you wanted. Congratulations. Or they're not, and if they find out or suspect that you had any hand at this, I mean, imagine this. Let's just say, like, for instance, he's out at the club and she wasn't dumb enough to tell him. And then one day you're just out shopping with this girlfriend and you run into your husband when he's out and he's like, that's weird. What are you guys doing together?
You guys know each other?
Yes. Could you imagine that?
She played it all wrong. I mean, if you're going to do this, and this is a very elevated move, like you've got to be cunning to pull this move off. If you go and tell him that it failed, you're the opposite of cunning. You're a dope.
If Panda did this to you, set a trap, would you think about leaving him?
I don't know. That's a great question. If he set a trap for me like this, I probably wouldn't leave him, but I would just punish him for it for the rest of his life.
Oh, that's happy. That's awesome.
You know what? I think
now you pay.
I think there are some marriages, especially if you've been together for a long time, where you can go into Siberia mode, where it's cold, it's frigid, it's a cold war in a sense that happens. And that you're not necessarily ready to break it all off, especially if you got a lot of things tied together. But you do send a message to them and say, there is going to be an Arctic winter that we're going to have to go through until I can build the trust back up again. And if there's any kind of infractions that might happen on this, then it's a clean split.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like hell on earth.
It does. It does.
That bird.
This is a young person's trap. I think once you've been married a longer
You
time,
wouldn't try this.
I don't think you would try
I don't think
this.
so either.
I think there's other ways to bust a cheater, but this just feels like it's not a good idea.
Yep. You married the wrong person, time to move on. So 78% of people agree this is a breakup.
If you're unhappy enough to do all this, why don't you just put the wheels in motion to break up?
There's nothing worse than being accused of cheating when you are not a cheater.
Yeah. It just happened. They're really upset. So they're trying to get a little perspective as they try to cool down. But stay mad. Just get a divorce. All right, what about this one? It's not about a relationship. It's about a friendship, but, you know, that works for makeup or breakup as well. Says here, I'm a single guy with a few friends in the area, and the one person that I thought was actually a good friend left me hanging after saying that he would help me move over the weekend. Not even a phone call. And then when I called him, he wouldn't pick up. So I left a message. I'm like, hey, I really, really need your help. You promised that you would. And I said, I don't have anybody else. It was just you. So I'm the only one moving. Hours go by, nothing. And let me tell you, after doing it myself, it was one of the worst physical experiences I've ever gone through in my life. Moving a king-size mattress by yourself down 2 flights of stairs and up 1 flight of stairs is not something I would wish on my worst enemy. So I shot him a text later that night asking, so what happened? I really need your help this weekend. And his reply the next day, oh, I'm sorry. I had a lot going on, and I just really couldn't deal with the stress helping somebody move right now. Hope it worked out. When I asked him what was going on, he said, well, you know, it's just life, just a lot, it's heavy. So I'm really stressed about life, and I too need some alone time, but I wouldn't leave a friend like this hanging. Would you unfriend this guy?
I think at this point, yeah. Here's the problem. If your friend tells you he's going to do something and he doesn't, then, you know, now you know where you stand with that person. You guys aren't as tight as you thought you were. Yeah. But that being said, you shouldn't be asking people to help you move if you're a grown-up. Nobody wants to come to your house and lift your bed or your sofa or take apart your IKEA desk. Like, nobody wants to do that. That's just not cool. Grown-ups don't do that to each other.
I had to move, and I had to move within... I had 12 hours that I had to move, get everything out, and I did not want to ask any of my friends because I just know they hate doing that. And moving all of that by myself, there's 3% of my soul I will never get back.
You're right.
I'm not
tough.
kidding you.
Yeah.
When I moved by myself, there is something that was lost in my heart and my spirit I'll never get back.
Just call good Greek.
It was... I'm not kidding, though. It broke me. It was a lot.
It's true.
Physically, spiritually, mentally.
Yeah, I know you hear the quotes and you're like, oh, I don't want to pay that. But let me tell you, it's one of those things in life that's just better off getting somebody else to do it.
Amen. And why would you put that on your friend? Because now you guys aren't going to be able to be friends moving forward because you asked a favor too big and he let you down. Both of y'all did something wrong and now you're not going to be friends.
Let me tell you this, though. If you have a friend that does have a truck or something, a van or whatever, and they help you move, you have a very good friend in your life. They do not want to help you move. Moving is awful. So if they're helping you, they truly do care about you.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.